Look, we're in a taxi now. Very soon, in fact, in September, London will have autonomous vehicles. We've got Waymo coming. We've got our own AV startup Wave that is already going through London. You see their vehicles, their Ford Mustangs going through Camden. And what they will tell you is that an autonomous vehicle driving through London is 11 times less likely to have a crash than a human because they're just much more consistent.
Wow. So that's what's coming. We talk about agentic AI, but yes, these agentic real things.
Yes.
So first will be cars.
Yes. So cars, it's coming now. We're going to be really used to them. I've been in a Wave vehicle actually, and 3 minutes into the drive, you think you've been doing that forever. It's just very natural. If these vehicles can deal with really complex environment, like we see, out of our window, London is as tough as it gets. If they can do that and they can do Tokyo, which they've proven, then that's coming. In this year we will start to get used to that. I would say that one of the things that makes vehicles safe, autonomous vehicles safe, for instance in London, is the way they manage their driving is entirely around cameras. So a vehicle like a Wave vehicle or probably a Waymo vehicle, what it's doing is it's photographing everything, it's videoing everything, but it's not reliant on an external feed like a GPS feed or a LiDAR feed, and it makes it much harder for anyone to interfere with it.
I always assumed it would have some sort of drive signal that car number one and car number two would be partly aware of each other via some centralized system that would say, by the way, car number one, you're getting too close to car number two. Yeah. But I suppose real autonomy means that car number one knows perfectly well it's far too close.
And maybe that's coming, what you describe in a subsequent phase.
Or a backup, yeah.
But also you'd have to say that where autonomous vehicles are able to tackle cities, surely very quickly they're going to be able to tackle the countryside and less urban areas because they're simpler. We're going to see a lot more of embodied AI, where AI meets robotics. China has a long advance in factory-level AI. They call them dark factories, meaning factories where you don't need to keep the lights on because everything is done by robots. We're now getting to the point where you can imagine, in fact, you could almost see robots enabled by AI, able to watch a video of a production line and then replicate it.
Wow.